Alrighty. So hopping into this adventure here. When last we left our heroes, the Glassbreakers, under several different guises, thanks to the seeming spell from Wallace, had made their way to the Vanthampur Villa on a rescue mission for Nuala's mysterious new ally. Fighting their way through the front gate, and then allying with one of the Vanthampur brothers, Mortlock, they made their way into the cellar and tunnel systems below the villa. There they found Lady Vanthampur Thalamra in the middle of a dark ritual accompanied by other cultists and several otherworldly fiendish entities. The long and difficult fight eventually ended with Thalamra polymorphed into a dolphin, and questioned about her activities. Unfortunately, this conversation was cut short when another fiendish creature discovered them in the tunnels and alerted the rest of its inhabitants to the Glassbreakers' presence. One by one, the cultists flooded the tunnels as the group questioned what to do. Eventually, the fight led to a southern chamber where Nuala found her ally, Aaliyah Talavir, an unconscious mass of body parts rearranged by the room's vile occupants, eventually leading to Nuala suffering the same fate. Finishing off the last of their enemies, the group made their way out of the tunnel system, returning Thalamra's unconscious body to Mortlock. Aaliyah carried by a fishing net animated by Wallace, and Nuala turning into a cloud thanks to Flint's magical abilities. The group eventually then found themselves, though, back at the home of the Barrington Estate late in the night. Though, as they arrived, they found that the door to the manor had been broken down, and the family butler, Alfred, unconscious in the entryway. As we resume, you are all standing not too far outside of the entryway of the Barrington's estate. What are you guys doing?
I immediately am like, Father! Father! And I'm gonna run in and I'm gonna check all the rooms.
Okay. Yeah.
Right past.
You guys, you guys rush through several of the rooms, finding no sign of the Barringtons. You do see that several of the rooms have been ransacked. Several drawers and cupboards are opened up, and several dishes and other household materials are scattered across each room that you find. Though the bedroom that you all have been sleeping in, you see that Smalls is sound asleep in his bed, though is awoken at the sound of what I can only presume is Philip screaming his parents' names as he rushes through the house.
If I stumble upon the Smalls room, I'd if he wasn't awake, if it was like still kind of getting up, I like shake him. Boy, what happened here?
Yeah, he's a little groggy, but the when you start shaking him, he is fully realized. He says, I don't know, sirs. What are you talking about? What?
Were you sleeping this whole time?
Yes, I generally do that at night.
You heard nothing?
No, I was sleeping. What are you talking about? Did something happen?
Is he lying?
Give me an insight check.
Insight.
Seems pretty legit. I mean, it is like, what, 1, 2 in the morning? People usually sleep at this time. He was still asleep when he got here. Makes sense.
If I rolled low, would that be a misunderstanding and I choose to believe that he's lying?
No. I take it as you are trying to get a read on him, and you got a poor reading, and so you don't have much to go on other than his word.
I think at that Wallace will come up. He was kind of not rushing as fast. I think he's very visibly like kind of weary in his walk. Will have set our guest elf, I forget her name, into like a living area that's like further into the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then come up behind Philip, hopefully overhearing this, and say, Philip, come. The
Did
boy
you find
was
them?
asleep.
He says he's asleep. I don't know how he manages to sleep through a home invasion. My father and mother are nowhere to be found.
This is not the boy's fault. What could he have done, even if he was awakened?
Alfred. We haven't questioned Alfred yet. And I'm gonna run downstairs past Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
Almost kind of like pushing him out of the way.
Okay.
And is he dead?
No, he's not dead.
I shake him awake as well.
Okay. Yeah, it takes a little time. You can see that he has some sort of slight gash on the top of his head. But eventually kind of comes to and says, "Oh goodness, sir, there were people. They attacked me from behind. I was unable to. I'm sorry. Where are your parents?"
I thought you knew. Then no one to be found in the house. I don't know. How many were there?
I don't know. I turned when I heard the door open, and one of them hit me with some sort of club. I only saw
Open?
2, but
Was it unlocked?
no, sir. I usually lock the door after nightfall.
Like, is the door was the door forced open?
When you guys came home, the door was busted down.
So, I kind of look. I listen to what he says.
Mm-hmm.
I looked back at the busted door.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of look back at him. Are you sure open or busted down?
You see as he looks over the door and his thoroughly confused look overcomes his face, but he turns back and says, "No, I swear the door was, it was fine. I heard it open and that's." You can see as he drops it again, his face is just swirling with confusion.
Is New Wallace still in gaseous form?
How long does gaseous form last? Oh, hold
An
on.
hour, maybe?
Pretty sure it's an hour. I'm gonna say it's an hour for now, and I will assume yes, it is still in form because you are not the one concentrating on it. And yes, it is 1 hour. I just checked.
Yes, it's concentration of 1 hour.
Yeah.
After Philip pushes past Wallace will enter into the room and kind of kneel down next to Smalls, like sit him back down on the bed, and just try to soothe him. Peace, Smalls. He doesn't understand. Well, he's in grief right now. He didn't mean anything by it, and know that you've done nothing wrong. You are still a welcome guest here, even as we sort this all out.
At this point, I think Philip right now he in probably a sense of denial right now. He'd probably start saying that perhaps he fought them off and he's just chasing them outside right now. Someone grab a lantern. We can maybe find him. Help them chase the pursuers off.
Have you found a trail, Philip? Have you looked
Well,
to see
no.
about...
He shouldn't be far off now. He's probably just chasing them right now.
Speak to Flint. I'm sure Flint can pick up a trail if they left any and determine about how long ago they've gone. DM,
Mhm.
about how long has it been since we left, I guess, the Barrington house?
I'd say roughly 3 hours, maybe 2.5.
Okay.
DM,
Yeah.
I would like to search around the outside of the front door. Is that the only door that's smashed in?
Yeah, that's the only door that's been like smashed in. The rest of the house is very much tossed, but the front door is the only thing that's like broken.
Okay, I want to check for like multiple sets of footprints leaving the house. If there's like blood splatter or droplets anywhere outside the house leading.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Aaron, in the meantime, is going to, since he heard what Alfred had said about he had seen 2 of them, and he's going to ask if he can describe those 2 people.
Yeah, he explains to you that he wasn't able to get like a fair like facial recognition. I don't know how to say it. They attacked basically as like soon as he turned around, and he didn't have like a second to be able to process who it was. He can tell you that he saw a guy. He can or he looked at least like a guy, but that's as much as you're able to get out of him.
If I run up to my my parents' bedroom, is like is his like say like his armor and sword still there?
Yes, they are.
Is the bed made?
No, it's not. You can tell it looks like someone was sleeping in it. But it doesn't look like it was like sheets were ripped off and someone was grabbed. It looks more like kind of how a bed blanket looks when you just pull it off of you without making the bed.
The classic slightly folded over triangle, you know.
Yeah, but it's on both sides, so it's like a weird like not trapezoid.
Like a pentagon kind of.
Yeah, kind of like a pentagon. That's the word of that. That's the shape I'm trying to remember. Goodness.
Intrigue.
I don't trust that boy. He says he didn't hear anything, yet the whole house has been turned upside down, and the door has been barged in.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, I forgot. 13 investigation. Okay, so you do pick up. It looks like that there were 3 individuals that you're able to make out by the footprints. Are you doing just a general scan of like the front door entry area, or is this of the whole house?
No, I was just doing kind of the front door walking away from the house.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Yeah, the that is what you get for sort of tracks and such. But one thing you do notice as you're kind of looking around in the area is you see that on the left side of the not the entryway, I guess, but the left side of the, I guess, wall of that door frame, you can see a slight sort of symbol etched into the door, or sorry, the door frame, just a couple of inches off the ground.
So there's a symbol etched into the door frame.
Yeah, it looks like how would I say? It looks like a circle with 2 lines running up across the center, or across the sides. Here, let me see if I can draw this in like Roll20. But you got a circle, and then you got how do I draw lines? Goodness, I'm not an artist. This is why I steal from the internet. Like this. Oh gosh.
Wait, where are you drawing it?
I'm on the. I might not be on the home screen. Am I on the home screen? Oh yeah, I'm on the home screen.
I see
We may not be.
Black wall.
Black wall.
Yeah. I don't see anything.
I just see a white screen.
It's the Pentagon. You don't see it?
Oh, here. I bet this will help.
Ah,
There we go. Yeah. And then so it's circle.
There we go.
It looks like that. So it's a circle with 2 lines that kind of run vertically down it, evenly sparsed apart. And
I
then,
still don't see it, DM.
oh
Yeah.
man,
I see it.
I see it on there. It's just like on the Age of Monsters screen. If you guys see
Yeah.
that, it's in like the
Top
upper
left.
corner, kind of.
Off left. I don't know.
Kind of above the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't see it.
Weird.
Try refreshing. Sometimes you just need that.
That's true.
also hello
if I tried-
Nuala.
What if I tried drawing it? Well,
Here in the general.
Oh, I see it.
There it is. Now I see it.
Oh,
Yeah, refreshing work.
Yes.
Wait.
So- there we have
Yeah.
Aaron's variant as well. But yeah, that is what you see. Oh, look at that.
I sent it to the Discord.
Beautiful. Look at this man.
I got
Aaron
you.
is a little bit off put by this symbol.
while I'm looking kind of through the rooms, I look under my bed just because I don't know what if they're under my bed. And I notice a small potion at the back, and I realize that is the potion from Gajangadak that I forgot about. The White Parrya potion.
We found it.
You found it. Wow.
Nuala's still in gaseous form, so she's trying to like be like, "What the frick?" But like, she's just gas, so she can't say anything.
Angrily
Yes.
moving back and forth.
I'm gonna kind of go back down to where everyone else is. They weren't attacked in their sleep, and but they're not there. But I did find this, and I'm gonna show off the Pariah potion.
Mhm.
I believe that might help Nuala.
Right?
If this effect is what I think it is, I have the capacity to replicate it in a spell, but I need to be fully rested. I no longer have the energy. So
So
if
we-
we only have the one potion, whoever doesn't get it, I can help them, but it must be in the morning.
I guess Vonda will like look towards the symbol, and kind of takes his dagger, just slams into it, and just very aggressively just turns around and says, "I know who did this."
Who?
Dagmar.
This was payback.
It is
For
a
what? I don't
message.
Were you affiliated with them?
I'm knowledgeable enough to know the symbol when I see one.
Well, Dagmar
Yes.
was at our house not too long ago. You don't think he was involved with the Vanthampurs?
Vondel, what do you think the significance of etching it into the door frame?
Tell me that. Yes. This is maybe a message for me. I'm not sure. All I know is that Dagmar must have known that we were coming after the Vanthampurs and decided to use that against us.
He absolutely do.
Didn't we only go after them just to get Nuala's friend?
I believe you went there to help a friend of Nuala.
Who? Me?
The elf.
It's not unreasonable to expect Dagmar to have had someone watching.
Oh, he's
Both.
always watching.
Well, wait, Nuala's friend is dead, right?
No, she's a pile of
She's
body parts like Nuala.
discombobulated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and give that potion to Nuala.
When you guys are talking about who to give the potion to, I will, in my gaseous form, swirl myself around my friend, indicating please give it to her, if you guys can understand that.
No, we don't. How I ignore it.
Flint, perhaps you should drop the spell you have on Nuala. She could have some input on this decision as well.
Absolutely, I will drop gaseous.
Okay. Nuala splats to the ground in a giant pile of body parts sewn together.
Wallace will, if he's nearby, will try to catch her as she falls as much as he can.
Yeah, what's your strength score?
8.
I don't think it's happening. The effort's made and it's shown.
Strength.
As I return back to my form of mangled limbs, I will, in strangled kind of words, because I'm in immense pain, be like, give it to... What's her name, Aaliyah?
Yes, that's her name, Aaliyah.
Give it to my dear friend Aaliyah.
No one knows who this bitch is.
Nah, bro.
My poor NPCs. I get
it's
no
for the poor
respect.
ones, though. No worries.
Leave her with.
We know who all the rich ones are.
That's all that matters.
Yep.
And importantly, Lyle.
Lyle.
Lyle. But,
Lyle,
okay.
how'd you that something?
Yeah, so Nuala has a pile of body parts. Urges you all to feed the potion to her friend. Do you do that?
Horrifying.
I
Do that.
for one concur with Nuala. I can assist her when I have my strength back.
If we get into a fight before then, though, I would rather have Nuala on our side.
She can hold her own. Please just do her first and help my friend first.
I couldn't. Unless you guys. Doesn't really matter. Just get somebody up.
Philip, you're holding the potion, you decide.
Ooh. Well, seeing that my parents seem to be kidnapped for this friend.
Philip, don't do something so Philip right now. Please just give it to my friend.
Maybe she's got answers.
She may have a lot to say about goings on in the Vanthampur Villa before we arrived.
Exactly. Thank you, Wallace.
Is she still unconscious?
Yes.
All right, I'll give it to to your friend, but I have some choice words I wish to share with you later, Nuala. And I will uncork it and struggle to find the mouth of this
Just
pile of
horrifying
flesh that
scene.
is.
Yeah. We'll spare the gory details. You find the mouth, and you pour this viscous, almost milk-like substance into Aaliyah's mouth. And you can see for a second as the body is still and unmoving, and you're maybe worried that this doesn't do it, before you see as the arms and legs all slowly begin to slide around on this mass before it starts shifting back into the traditional female elven body makeup. And you see as she is completely reorganized on the ground floor of the manor.
Is she awake or unconscious?
She's still unconscious.
I shake her awake.
No response.
That worked the first 2 times.
Here, I still have a little bit of strength left, and Wallace will cast a second level Cure Wounds on Aaliyah.
Alrighty, let me see what that number is. Actually, it might not matter right now. She's got magical healing now. If it comes into play, I'll look it up later.
13.
13.
healing.
Nice. So, you see as your young bard places his hand on the elf, and her eyes pop open. She immediately reaches for what you can only assume was her sword that's no longer in its sheath, before staring fearfully and also defensively up at the 6 of you, before seeing Nuala's mangled body, and she turns and asks the rest of you, "What have you done to her?"
Wallace, I'm assuming, is like kind of was kneeled down near her, and when she is up and looking around, he's like holding both of his empty hands up and saying, "Peace, Aaliyah, is it? We are friends of Nuala's. We pulled you out of the Vanthampur house, but not before whatever was done to you was also suffered upon Nuala."
Aaliyah, there's no reason to distrust them. They are my friends. They helped me save you. They did most of the work, quite honestly, since I am like this currently. So
She looks at you extremely puzzled. She's, "What the hell happened to you?"
It happened to you first.
What?
Oh, you didn't know?
Well,
A blessing then that you were unconscious.
I don't think she had a chance
for
to
it.
look at herself lately.
but you
Saying.
you're saying you fixed this. I was like that and you fixed it?
We were given a powerful potion of restoration. It did the trick.
Well, fix her. What is... Can you do it again?
they can,
know-
but they fought hard to get you out. So please, just they will help me as soon as they can in the morning. Just
I assure
these
you.
words are also struggling to come out because, as I said, I am in immense pain.
I assure you, I do have a spell that can help. But I'm too weary right now to cast it. I will do so as soon as I can, though, and Wallace will cast a kind of a worried look in Nuala's direction.
She looks at you all. She's, "Very well, if we must wait till morning, I guess that's all we have. You took care of the Vanthampurs."
We did just have the one potion, right?
I seem to remember. Maybe we had more. Philip, why don't you go check under your bed again, please?
I scratch
my
myself.
My dagger out of the symbol.
I feel like I
Vondel,
would
can you
remember
go
if I
help
had
him?
one.
I forgot it was there.
I forgot.
Forgot. She did.
Oh, look at that! We have another one.
Wow.
Oh, and another still.
Nuala,
Wow,
you're not gonna
They
believe
gave us
this.
4 of them.
But
Wow.
we have 3 more.
There we're
I kind of
we
walk
fixed
down
it.
the stairs shamefully, like.
I was gonna
There-
roast Philip, but he's already looking
there is-
very sad. I won't pile on.
Well,
When Wallace realizes he doesn't have to cast a super powerful spell, like first thing in the morning, he like visibly sits down and is like, whew. Whew.
Here you go.
I try to like pat Wallace's like a shoulder or something, like reassuringly, but like I can't find my hand either, so it's just kind of my foot patting his shin.
Which
close my
end,
eyes. I can't, bro.
Which end is the front end?
Oh my gosh.
Here.
Please.
Okay,
Wallace
I just hand him off.
will Yeah, Wallace will take it and give it to Nuala.
Nuala, you feel as this milky substance makes its way
gosh.
way down your throat. It tastes. It's a lot like honey, but it has a much smoother texture. It doesn't go down like syrup or honey. It goes down very smooth. And usually when you drink something, you can feel as it goes down your throat and into your stomach. But it feels as if once it hits your sort of esophagus, it kind of stops there and spreads, almost like
Well,
it goes through your blood. And you can see as Nuala's arms and legs begin to reshape in their appropriate fashion. And after those 6 seconds, Nuala, you are whole once again.
When Wallace was giving the potion, he says, "I would. This looks a little thick. I would hold your nose, but it's kind of awkward to reach for it from here. So,
I would hold my nose if I could find it.
I think I see where it is, but here you'll just be back to normal. I think you'll be okay."
And whoosh, Nuala's back to normal. Nose and mouth all in the correct place.
I imagine Alfred is watching this in absolute horror.
Oh yeah, you see as he is like just standing a couple of feet away, in awe with his jaw dropped at almost an unrealistic length. And he kind of speaks up. Where did you get that?
Never mind that, Alfred. Since I was in gaseous form, I did not have time to absolutely destroy this man. So Alfred, you said you can't remember anything, right?
No, I don't. It was they attacked me, and I am not a bodyguard, madam.
I would like to insight check that.
Give me an insight check.
I want
wondered
to.
why
Can I help that too? Because I was also suspicious of him because I don't. You said they opened the door.
You have already made your insight check of the day. It was a 4. But Nuala with a 14, he seems pretty legit. You look for the usual telltale signs of liars and such, and you don't find those blatant obvious ones. You're not necessarily trained in looking for liars, but you're not picking up any lies from Alfred.
How hurt does Nuala look?
1 hit point hurt.
Yeah.
Hey, as she's like staring daggers and scrutinizing the butler, Wallace will pinch her nose and be like, "Here, I found it," and cast a 3rd level cure wounds. No more sending.
That's all right. It's 2 a.m. Who are you gonna send, man? Knowing you guys, there's probably a lot of people, I guess. But
Yeah.
damn. Alrighty.
22 points of healing.
Now I feel
Okay.
so much better to interrogate Alfred. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Wait. Where's Smalls?
Smalls is standing at the edge of the staircase. He's about halfway up. He's just kind of sitting down, watching this all happen.
Remind me again. I don't think I was here or don't remember too much about what did Smalls say that he saw throughout all of this?
Yeah,
Wallace
he just.
will say.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Wallace
Perfect.
will say, "The boy was asleep."
Supposedly.
We have little reason to doubt him.
I think we can
This
trust
is-
nobody around this time. I would.
Aaron's gonna
I'll stroll up to Smalls, hands on my belt and that kind of like a cowboy kind of way, you know. It's kind of like, so Smalls, you were asleep?
Aaron's gonna step in front of Smalls and speak up.
Finally.
I don't believe he needs to explain himself a second time. I know what happened here.
Wallace will cast message to Smalls and say, "Remember, boy, you did nothing wrong."
I'm not saying he did anything wrong. I'm just we don't know what happened. And for everybody to be
do.
here and just not know anything, I think it is best to double check.
He's gonna look towards Philip and say, "I might know where to find your parents."
His eyebrows raised.
How so?
Do you? Do you?
That symbol on the door is a group of people. I used to be a part of them. Oh. And I know some of the places they might be around and how to search for them.
Vondel's very surprised, but tries to hold it. Oh, okay. That's good to hear. Okay, it's good information.
What is the name of this group?
The name it's not necessarily a group. It's more of a gang.
You were in a gang?
Possibly.
Kinda cool.
It's the reason I was on the run and in the cave. They are known as the Dirty Fingers.
Dirty fingers.
Yes. They more or less deal with drugs and more crimes like that. I know how they hide themselves, and we can speak upon more of that in the morning after some rest.
Well,
If-
I will pose this question. We did have enough potions to restore both Nuala and her friend. Are we going to take up a search now? I would still recommend taking a short rest if that is what we want.
I think today we've already taken a short rest.
Oh, is it only one per day?
No, you can
Alright.
take multiple short rests per day, but it is roughly 2 in the morning. I mean, you can definitely, head out and after a short rest if you want. But in a few hours, you'll start looking at a level of exhaustion if you guys don't take a long rest. It's one thing to think about.
And I am also a bit out of juice.
Same.
I think all of us are. I think it would be wise if we got sleep for the night, and then when we're all in fighting shape, we go out and look for Philip's family.
Do we know what this gang wants with them?
Well, I haven't been in contact with them, but they might be working with Dagmar. I have no clue.
Are they the type of gang that would kill people they kidnap?
DM?
It's oh man, how would I answer that?
I'll ask. Wallace
I
will
would-
also ask.
I would say, Wallace, ask your question first.
Do you know any people from this group that would be capable of ransacking a place with the utmost quiet?
Okay, I have... DM, can I go into the 1v1 thing real quick? Because I have a couple of questions.
Yeah, we can do that real quick.
That's about right.
1 second.
Intrigue.
At this
Hello.
point, if everyone else is going, I had to come with.
What did I walk into?
No, you could.
Oh, just let him go.
This is
This is
just
great.
Aaron.
No, go ahead. Do not let me stop.
This has to be all recorded, right?
No, you know what, Philip? I understand that you might be in a certain state right now because you are worried for your parents, but that does not mean that you can take out all of your problems that you have on us, who have been there for you. And the one time that I asked you to be there for me, you are now shitting on it. So,
Oh, I don't think that grief is clouding my vision, Nuala. I believe I see things crystal clearly, and I believe that I have now possibly have lost my parents, just because you wanted to save some friend
Your
who you don't
parents,
even...
no. Your parents put themselves in a place where they were at danger at any moment because they decided to get involved in this. Do not put this on me. They could have made one wrong step, or the
That-
other people that they were working for originally could have just decided one day that they wanted to do this. Okay.
Well, if we're going to start victim blaming, why don't we start with your friend for getting herself involved in all of this?
Oh, because she's trying to help our cause? So, okay. You know what? I propose that we go to bed before this turns into something else. Okay?
No, Mom and Dad, relax.
I concur. We can sort this out when we are rested.
I just kind of dramatically, like, turn myself away, cross my arms, and just...
Okay, go throw a tantrum in your own room, Philip. Good night.
Maybe I shouldn't have given you that pariah potion at all. We should have waited for the morning. Why were we in a rush? And I'm gonna storm up to my room.
Because you don't like hearing the truth. Oh, you know what? And I storm upstairs to the room.
No,
Um,
Mom and Dad are
Just
arguing
imagine them
again.
going up like parallel staircases. They have to
yeah.
meet in the middle and go down the hallway.
you see as
Still have to meet each other.
Aaliyah just kind of stands there awkwardly and does like what's the meme from Pulp Fiction where she just kind of glances around a little bit and before she
would.
John Travolta, and she looks at you, Flint. She says, I apologize, but is there a space for me to sleep as well?
Yes, yes. There's no need to apologize. Alfred, if you could you show her to a bed?
Yes, for sure, right away. Follow me, madam. And he guides her into a bedroom. Side off one. Was there anything else anyone wanted to argue about before bedtime?
So who's down in the living room area? Who's left?
I think Wallace would still be down. We'll say, Smalls, it's best you go finish up your night of rest as well.
Yeah, Aaron will walk him to his room.
Guess I'd stay. I mean,
Wallace, Vondel, do you think maybe we should take shifts watching? Just in case, seeing as we don't have a front door anymore.
yeah, I was gonna say this place isn't as protected as if it ever was. So yeah, I'd agree to taking some shifts.
If it's alright with you, I will take the later shift. I do not mind, it's just I'm feeling a bit battered.
I can take the first watch, that's no problem.
Alright, I'll take second.
Thank you, Flint. I'll be nearby. And I think Wallace will find just like a couch to sleep on, like in like a lounge or living room area.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a delightfully comfortable couch, kind of in the, I guess if you're facing the house, the eastern kind of sort of living room. But yes, the rest of the night goes uneventfully. Nothing attacks you during your watches. Was there anything you guys wanted to get done during your watches before we hopped in the morning?
Flint is just going to be, he's like sitting like 10 feet in front of the door. He moved a chair there, that's where he's doing his watch at.
Right. And the door is still...
But he's just writing down in his kind of log book, kind of the questions he asked Mortlock's mother, and talking about the 9 planes of, I believe she called it just 9 planes of hell.
The 9 planes of, or the 9 layers of the hells, plural.
Yes. And just kind of writing down a brief description of what each of those like murals were and summoning him and all that. Just recapping that.
For sure. But yeah, so eventually, the sun does rise, and your guys' long rest is completed. The man, Alfred, is cooking up a breakfast for you all, and you're all able to gather around the dining table for your morning meal, And as you're kind of all around, Aaliyah will ask though. She says, "So you found me at the manor in the tunnels below. Did you deal with them?"
Yes, we did. We did fight the Vanthampurs, and we took out all of them.
And the did you deal with the altar?
We did not do anything with the altar, I believe.
We would not have known that there was a thing to do.
It seemed to be some sort of conduit of sorts. I don't know what else they have planned, but we need to make sure that that statue is that altar is destroyed.
Well, it may be a little more difficult to get in there now. It's if other people venture into the house, they'll see it might be a bloodbath there, and there may be a lot of guards there now.
Well,
Unless we find another way in from below. Maybe.
Or we could speak to our newly found friend. What was his name?
Mortlock?
Mortlock. We could maybe speak to Mortlock to see if there is perhaps another way we could get in.
We could call it a visit to a new friend.
That is true. He may let us in.
wait. Aaliyah speaks up. You're friends with one of these people.
I wouldn't say so.
Friends is a loose term. We helped each other out when we were in a tight spot. He allowed us to go down into the basement to rescue you in exchange for us capturing his mother for him to murder.
He was not in accordance with her will, purely despite his mother. I admit we used that.
Some mother and son bonding.
It was really more of a business partnership, you could say. So,
Yes, nothing's more valuable than the relationship between a boy and his parents, huh?
Aaliyah,
Well rolls her eyes at this.
Aaliyah turns to you, Philip. She says, I do apologize about your parents being missing, but there are more pressing matters at hand here. Now, she turns back to Flint again. So if you're allied with this individual, he would let us back onto the grounds.
Potentially, he might.
Well, I suppose I should make another trip over there to finish the job this time. Are you all planning to come with, or are you dealing with the human's parents?
I volunteer myself to come help you.
I can go as well. I can speak to Mortlock about letting us in. I can see if I can send him a message ahead of time.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, you go.
I was going to say, if we think the altar will not take long, we could do that, and then go to the hideout that we think his parents could be at.
DM, I have a quick question.
Yeah, what's up, my dude?
Did I hear from Thalamra that she mentioned Tisiphone being a conduit, or was that probably a different word?
Yeah, she used that word as well.
Okay. So that altar, saying that she needed to destroy that altar was probably to prevent. Okay.
You could see it more as I wouldn't hold on to like that word being used twice. It's more just in the same way that like a spellcaster has like an arcane focus is a conduit for spellcasting. The altar was a conduit for part of the ritual, and then Tisiphone is apparently a channeler of something. She's basically you can say that she's involved. It's really just me being flavorful.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Will this take long? In the Vanthampur's house?
I'm at Aaliyah. She says, well, I would hope it wouldn't be too much. I do have a bit of spell casting at my aid that I presume will be necessary. I'm fully confident in my ability to do it alone. I wasn't expecting such strange monstrosities below. People I can deal with, but the fingers, they were... You kind of see as she trails off. It wasn't what I was expecting.
The fingers? What do you mean by that?
Did you see the hands on the creatures that were working with those people? They were elongated and...
Right, forgive me. There was the introduction of a group called the Fingers. I thought there might be a correlation.
I dearly hope not, but it's possible. Who knows? I was sent here to meet up with Nuala. I didn't realize you guys had such an incident going on up here.
So, what would happen if the spell or the ritual went through at the altar? Do you know what the end goal was?
Well, the little I was able to gather, they seem to be attempting to summon someone. They called it Golroth. But I've never heard of such thing.
That is also what the Vanthampur mother spoke of. She spoke of summoning him, is what she kept saying, and that once he is here, he would basically cleanse the world and make it a new normal bad guy villain stuff.
All these
Sounds
monsters
like a
weren't
lot
enough.
of words for killing a lot of people.
Quite possibly. Now, I'm used to think that the Galadrim would have been protected from something like that, but things seem different around here. It's not what I was expecting. So what's the plan?
So,
Well, potentially a smaller group going back to the Vanthampur Villa may be a better idea, depending on what kind of presence the authorities have there. Whether there are guards there, or we don't know what Mordlock has been doing now that the house is his and his alone.
we also don't know what state his mind is in. He did not seem like the most stable person.
I'd also like to point out that whoever has those parents, that time is probably of the essence, and it's only a matter of time before they make a decision than us. So,
Well, Flint, Vondel, I believe you two are the better of our trackers. Could it be that you work on following their trail, searching Aaron's contacts? Nuala and I can accompany Aaliyah and meet you somewhere.
I think that could work. Or you feel safe going down there by yourself?
I do hesitate to suggest splitting our group, but like Vondel said, time is of the essence, and we do have to find Philip's parents. Or do what we can. It is somewhat on our shoulders for going down there.
I do think they would be the better two of the group for me to lead down where I'm going to bring them.
Okay, so how are we splitting this? Are we splitting it 4 and 2 or 3 and 3?
It might be better to have Philip go to the Vanthampur family. The house. He wouldn't fit in too well where we're going.
That is a very
See.
fair point, Philip. We do appreciate what you do for our group, but you're not the best presence in those circles.
Can't have any more royalty.
What kind of circle? What do you mean by that?
Dwarven circles. You understand, right?
I
And
know.
Wallace will start kind of like turning him.
At first it's offense, but then you say dwarven circle. I'm like, oh, you're right.
Then it's settled. The three of us will accompany Elia, and we'll meet at the Grasshopper.
Don't we have a pair of sending stones?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We could separate those out and split them amongst the group.
I have one. I think I have one pair. I have one of a pair. I don't know his other one. It was Flint.
Yes, I have it actually.
So maybe.
I know I can cast the spell, but you don't have to call me a stone. I know I'm a dwarf, but
boo.
you seeing? I guess Vaughn will pull out an actual stone. Oh, that's
Relax. This is what I meant.
yeah. We'll like take a drink of like some soup or something.
Good soup.
Yeah, he has breakfast soup.
Yes,
It's
it is.
booze.
Yeah, it's like
Breakfast.
I was gonna be coy about it, but yeah. So you
Just a
finish
bowl of
your
alcohol.
you finish your tequila sunrise.
No, it's the wine from the Vanthampur.
Oh, that's
You
right.
poured a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit out
Yes,
into a
yes.
bowl, yeah.
Yes, a mimosa, but with
Yeah,
wine.
If you imagine that scene in Shrek where they're like, they have the hand washing bowl, but
Yes.
that's how he's sipping it. Yeah.
Yep, right on. Alrighty. So who is it that's going to the Vanthampurs?
I believe Nuala, Wallace, and who else?
Philip.
Okay.
Nuala, Philip, and Wallace.
Yes.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
know,
So
but
then it's
yeah.
So it's Flint, Aaron, and Vondel going to do other things.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys setting out right now, or are there other things you want to get done before that?
I think after breakfast.
Oh shoot! I gotta prepare my spells for the day. I always forget to do that.
It's an important day.
I guess I'd want to kind of.
spells?
I just
What is
kind of
preparing
wanna,
spells?
I just need to think really hard about what I might use. That's
What's up, Philip?
Oh, I was gonna just kind of go up to Flint and just kind of walk up and say like, promise me you'll try your best.
I will do everything in my power, Philip, to bring your parents back. Trust me,
Just look at,
I know what it's like to lose parents. And it is something worth fighting for, and I will fight for yours.
I look at Philip. I'm like, let's just say you owe me one.
It means more than you know. Here, you say it. Thank you.
Alrighty.
And
Before we split up,
yeah.
I then go over immediately after that and talk to Nuala.
Mhm.
And I just go easy on him. He's having a rough time at the moment. You know how sensitive he is.
I know. I feel quite bad. I was very mentally exhausted. I had just been turned into a human ball, so
I understand. Well, I don't. I've never been turned into a human ball, but
it's not fun. I really wouldn't recommend.
We've
Do
all
we
been
have-
going through a lot, and we
7
just
out of
need to. Maybe we once we deal with Dagmar, we can take a vacation.
well, the
Get a
only spa in
massage.
town got shut down. We killed everyone in the spa house.
So what you're
Yeah.
saying is the building might be for sale.
Ooh. We could open up our own spa.
Glassbreaker Spa. Well, we probably shouldn't have broken glass in the
And the
name.
Rebellion.
Well, I mean, we did break all the glass in the building, so it would be
That is,
ironic.
yeah. We'll
That's how
workshop
we
it.
should own
Yeah,
things
yeah,
now.
we'll get back together on it.
We'll inquire about it.
Tier 3 is just a business sim. So
The ultimate goal is to get all this money and just play Monopoly.
Forget summoning.
you know, it
somebody,
sounds
man.
silly, but I hear about that all the time about fucking D&D groups just like opening up businesses and abandoning the plot. So it's not that unique, apparently.
We have to build the next world economy.
Yeah,
Hey,
well, I'm not gonna do
happen.
it. So, alrighty.
Stonks.
So the group splits up. We're gonna hop through first with the Vanthampur visit. But we can expedite a fair number of it. It looks like so once you arrive, it looks like the morning guards there are very surprisingly they allow you to enter the property without too much question. It looks like the yard has been cleaned up. But interestingly enough, and like passing back over to the other group though, you guys don't hear anything about the attack or the whatever at the Vanthampurs. There's no heavy guard duty that are kind of patrolling the area or doing sort of information gathering. It looks like it's kind of being hushed up. But you're able to get inside. You're able to explain yourself to Mortlock. Besides asking to go back down into the basement, is there anything you wanted to ask him while you were here, or?
I think Wallace will ask, like while so there's no other presence here, like basically besides Mortlock and some guards.
Yeah, it looks like it's just like the day shift guards, that were outside of the technical, what is the word for it? Goodness, walls of the property. But there's no like Arnor Alliance members here.
I think Wallace will let Aaliyah and Walla go down to actually do the thing, and we'll hang back with Mortlock.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of maybe offer to fix him up a cup of like tea or wine
Right. Okay.
for the morning, and just try to small talk him.
Yeah. He's not
Just
the
trying to build-
greatest. Go ahead.
Essentially, just like trying to build favor with him.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just say, roll me just a perception check, and this was just how we'll gauge how this connection goes.
A perception.
Persuasion.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's the one I wanted.
Yeah. Can't just look at him until he's happy.
Hey.
But 19,
That's
very,
not
very
bad.
nice. Yeah, you guys, he, at the beginning, he's, as you met before, he's not the most talkative, or really very interesting, with this small banter you guys kind of go back and forth with. But eventually he kind of opens up a little bit, about how his brothers were such dicks and his mom was, just an evil person even before she was, doing this dark magic stuff. And you get to know Mortlock a little bit better. He's still definitely insane, but he's a lot more opened up to you. To Nuala and Aaliyah, you guys are able to make quick work of the altar. It's just smashing it, basically. There is a kind of a pause where you see that it looks like it's got some sort of protection to it, but you see as Aaliyah kind of gives off this sort of verbal and somatic components to some sort of spell. And after this, you see that the altar is able to be crushed and dismantled substantially easier. And after about a solid half hour, I don't know what equipment are you guys using to destroy this altar? Out of curiosity.
Well, the first thing I'll try to use with it is my guiding bolt with my mace.
Using that one a day right here? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
I don't know how hard it's going to be to destroy, so
But yeah, so I mean, after your one guiding bolt, which isn't able to completely finish it off, are you just hacking at it with your sword, or?
Yeah, I'll just use my mace on it then, I guess.
Okay.
I'll just
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you cast
Mace.
from a mace. So yeah, so between the two of you, it does not take too long. Only about half an hour, like I said, which in real life would be long as fuck. But in game terms, it's about 6 seconds. You're able to get rid of this statue, and Aaliyah can confirm that it's going to be quite a while before anybody's able to use this again for anything nefarious. And you guys are able to make your way up to the rest of the room, where you hear Wallace and Mortlock having a deeply profound conversation about Mortlock's upbringing. And it's quite uncomfortable. But then, switching over to Vondel, Flint, and Aaron, what are the three of you up to?
Aaron's leading them down to the lower district.
Okay.
He's, I don't know if I know exactly where these warehouses would be or these fronts would be, but he is going to kind of like single some of them out, and I don't think he would show his face. He would ask one of them to show their face and use the passphrase to see if they are.
Okay. Let's say we'll have Aaron, you give me an investigation check, and then whoever of either Flint or Vondel is like going up to the people, I'm gonna have you guys roll me a d12.
The pick or
Yeah, one of you two can pick.
I would back out. I wouldn't.
Alrighty.
Flint will do it then.
So he doesn't exactly know which ones would be considered fronts, but Aaron does know where he can find a specific person, correct? The one we were talking about?
Yeah, we got I'll play this out with that 15, which is pretty good. But yeah, you said Flint or Vondel, whichever one you can throw me the d12 first. 8. Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. That's alrighty. So, in Flint, you're going up. So with 15, Aaron, you guys are making your way through the lower district, and you're kind of picking up some of that vibe. Your memories coming back to you of the area, and you direct Flint to a sort of it looks like a smithy, and you can see a sign above that says Arms of Iron. And you remember this place being associated with the Dirty Fingers, and you're able to point Flint in that direction. It is in this sort of stack of, not necessarily stack of buildings, but this cluster of a few shops or so that are all kind of connected into one sort of mass of buildings that are all connected, but they're still their own shops, if that makes sense. It's like townhomes, but for shops.
Is there a cartography store?
You don't find specifically the cartography store, but you do see the Arms of Iron shop, and something connects in your head with that.
Okay. He's going to look over at Flint. All I need you to do is tell the keeper of that shop, my fingers are too dirty, and they're going to, I guess, assume you're looking for somebody to sell you something, or you're trying to pick something up. I don't know which one you want to go with. I would avoid trying to go wherever they try to bring you. All I need to know is if this is one of the places.
So So just go in and say my fingers are too dirty.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I will approach the door is shut. I'm guessing to the smithery.
Yeah, it's in this sort of. You can kind of see this kind of bricked wall that has a sign up, and you can see a door that kind of faces on an awkward angle on a sort of inside connection. But there is a door. Yes, you are able to enter, and it is a blatant blacksmith's shop. Though it is kind of interesting that it's all indoors. Usually, the blacksmiths around here, at least the two or one that you guys have gone to, usually that forge and stuff is outside because it gets so hot. But you're gonna be able to make your way inside. And you can see that there's only a small forge, kind of around the first corner you enter through, before passing several stacks and shelves of weaponry, along with just kind of several mundane day-to-day buy tools, hammers, nails, pickaxes, and the work. And you see this gentleman who seems to be kneeling over his desk looking at some sort of paperwork. This kind of scruffy beard, and as you kind of get close, you can smell ripe with alcohol on his breath. As he kind of looks up and sees you, says, "Aye, you need some work done, or what can I do for you?"
I am new to this part of town, but I could use, I believe, some of your services.
And yeah.
My fingers are too dirty.
He kind of looks at you with a strange face and a long pause. He says, so a glassbreaker has some dirty fingers. Is that it?
Yes. The glassbreaker, but before I was a glassbreaker, I was a dark wind. Do you know what the dark winds would do for money? We would get our hands dirty.
Says, I've heard. I didn't know that was the kind of dirty you got up to, but to each their own, I guess. Gold is gold. Head
Yes, it is.
Head next door, and George will help you out.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I will head out.
Alrighty. You're able to round the corner, and you can see that there's this very, very, very small space that you would think is probably smaller than the size of the bedrooms that you guys have been staying at the Barrington Estate. But you do see that there is a kind of sort of color shift and change, and you can see that there's a door that signifies this shop as one specific place, but you see no sign above the shop or kind of any indicator of what this establishment would be. You just have a wooden door.
I'm guessing when I walked outside the smith shop that they were standing there waiting for me.
I'd assume they were probably like a few paces away, but they can be if you wanted to, if they wanted to.
Well, I imagine when they walk back over to. So far it worked. We're supposed to go around here, meet with someone who will help us out. Do just I need to enter, or should all three of us?
Do any of you have a disguising spell?
I could, but only for myself.
I can turn into a gaseous form.
It would be more for my sake. I wouldn't want you guys going in there not being blinded. I could try to. I'm gonna polymorph myself into a somewhat. I have to see what I have on my list because I want to do something small that I can just stay on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that? Oh, there it is.
If you make it be a possum, it will blend in with the rest of the possums. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't think I can do a possum.
I would allow a possum.
Oh, okay. Then I'll turn into a possum and go into where all the other possums are.
Okay.
Just
So
making
you,
sure I can still hear.
it's kind of weird. So you're going up into like Flint's close.
Like he can sit on the shoulder. Is
Oh,
fine.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Sounds
sit
good.
on the
Yeah.
shoulder.
Sounds good. Right on. So Flint, you have a possum on your shoulder. What is Vondel doing?
I think I would just turn into a cast disguise self, and
Okay.
I'm aiming for a lower district, nondescript human.
Okay. Right on. Right on.
Think anything.
Yeah, just a general cretin. That's what we call a callback to something that nobody here knows about. So, okay. So Vondel, you look like just like a humanoid, or humanoid. You're already humanoid. A human, general occupant of the lower district. And then Flint, are you just going and looking like Flint?
Yes, since that's what I spoke to the other guy looking like.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. Alrighty. All right. So you guys look the way you do. What are you doing now?
The door. I don't know. He said just go in. I'm gonna knock on the door. Can I tell if there's like a peephole or a slide that they could open?
There isn't anything like that. It is a straight up just wooden door, without any bells or whistles.
I want to just open the door and go in.
All right, yeah, you walk in. It is a very dimly lit room. It looks like there is one sort of lantern on this sort of counter where you can see a hunched individual is furiously working at some sort of piece of parchment. You can see that the walls of the room are covered in maps. There's regional maps of just Arnor and the surrounding areas, and a few others. They go into more specific detail of the forests above the city and a bit of the mountain range. There's one that goes down to the Fatamar coast, and a few that detail Deserter's Wood. But as the three of you, technically, I guess, enter, you see as the individual looks up, and he kind of just calls out, "Huh? What is it?"
Hello, sir. I was told to come over here and that you could help. My fingers are too dirty.
Okay. So you. Makes sense. 1 second. And you can see as he reaches below the desk and fumbles around with a few things, before he hands you a small piece of paper that is folded up. You can't really read what's on it right now without opening it. Says that should be it. Now get out of here.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Is there a back door anywhere he could exit from?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Do I roll it as myself or as a possum? 'Cause
As
I
a
don't-
possum.
Okay, I have to find
I
a
don't
possum
know.
stat block.
Are there possum stat blocks?
It could just be roll a d20.
Yeah, I might just say roll a d20. Let me Google it. A possum's scent of sight.
If it's a dimly lit room, it should be pretty good.
They have terrible eyesight during the day. They're always dilated, so they're nocturnal animals. I'm gonna say I'll give you a +2 to this. That seems fair.
Alrighty.
Huh? They're the only marsupials in America. Things you only learn playing D&D. 14. So, wait, no, I rolled that 14. Did I roll that 14? No, I did roll that 14. 16. Very nice. All right. You actually do notice that just to the left, or sorry, no, just in front of you of the doorway, you kind of enter, and then to the right is the sort of desk that the individual works at, George. And straight in front of you, you see that there's this brick wall. But you've had a few dealings with secret doors in your time, and you're able to peep that you're pretty sure that this wall has some sort of mechanism that allows you to pass through it to another area.
Alrighty, I'm gonna jump down from Flint's shoulder and get kind of close to him. Just like, is it like a table that he's sitting at, or is it like a bar, or like somewhere?
He's behind a counter. He could be sitting at like a stool or a chair.
Okay.
You're not totally sure.
And once I get close enough to him where like I'm like within a couple of feet, I'm just gonna unpolymorph myself and just. I'm assuming this is George, right?
Yes, this is George.
I'm gonna say hello, George.
George shakes very fast at the sudden appearance of a small deep gnome. Says, "Goodness gracious, by the god! Wait!" And he kind of pauses, takes a moment. Says, "Aaron, what are you doing here?"
I don't move. I would have to kill you if you do. I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about the Barrington kidnapping?
Well, I guess you decided to act before reading the note.
Oh.
At that point, I'll open the note.
Sounds alright.
Inside the note, and I will type it out into the Roll20. 1 second, because I have to find this note. As you open the note, you see that it reads, "Parents are inside. Several cambions and imps. One hag included. Move quietly."
Does Flint read this out loud?
Yes, I would.
Why? This seems like you're trying to help us.
Hey, I was just given a note and told to give it to you if you came by. That's the end of my job. And more than it usually entails, I would mind you.
I still have a couple more questions. It doesn't seem like you really have a choice. Well, who gave you this note?
Well, give me a persuasion check.
He's going to hold like a firebolt in his hand, just trying to persuasion. Oh.
Whew.
Ooh.
Did you believe that?
This is, well, 24. Wow.
Hey.
Well,
20 on the-
I mean, Dagmar gave me the paper.
Do you guys work for Dagmar?
I mean, of course, that's our job here.
Are you guys still running the usual gig, or has it changed?
I've outstretched myself to a field more suited for my abilities, and he kind of gestures around to all the maps.
Yeah.
But the partnership still continues.
Alrighty. Have you guys grown since I've left?
I guess it depends on what you say growing, don't you say? But he sees that you guys are not laughing. He says, well, I mean, yes, we've apparently garnered some outside help. But yeah, I mean...
And I'm assuming you guys work with the Vanthampers?
No, that wasn't our business. They were up with the lamplighters.
So, why is it then that the Barringtons got kidnapped?
Hey man, I don't make the decisions here. The Dagmar wanted to bring him here, he brought him here. I was supposed to give you a letter. What do you want from me?
I'm just trying to make this doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, it never really does when dealing with the Dagmar.
I can agree with that as well.
What can you tell me about this Dagmar?
Well, he was in the game a lot longer than most people know. And is, still in the game despite what a lot of people think.
And I know we have some control over Nora's government, but does he have any dealings with them as well?
He laughs for a moment. He says, "Oh, you really don't know?" Well,
I don't.
Well, Dagmar has proven to be quite persuasive with a lot of the individuals that he works with, whether it's down here or it's up there.
I don't know if my companions want to ask you any questions, but George, I really think you should get out of this business. Leave this place. Get out of here.
What are you talking about? Business is booming.
George, you're going to end up getting yourself killed.
I think I'll be okay.
I'm not saying by them.
Oh, you're doing a threatening thing. I apologize. Yes, I'm so scared. I will give up my life of crime. I do apologize, Master Stonelegs.
Aaron uses a firebolt on him.
Oh, you see as George bursts into flames. Roll damage. Roll damage.
I got like 10 hit points.
Yeah, 25. 12 damage. You see as this firebolt goes off and blasts through the chest of this individual, singeing a few of the papers burning behind him, and he collapses to the ground dead.
He needed to die anyways.
DM,
They couldn't know.
Yeah.
what are the quality of the maps hanging up around here? Are they
They're
good quality?
they're really good. This
I'm
is
taking
this is yeah. Roll me a d6. And how many do you want to grab?
The ones that I would kind of know where they are. Like if there's like just one Arnor one, that's fine.
Yeah, there is one of just Arnor. There's another one that kind of shows just the lower district. There's another one that shows just the upper district. There's a few, like I said, of Deserter's Wood, and there's a few of the area like up north, like the woods and such. So you can grab any of those that you would like. The D6 is indifferent right now.
Is there
Okay.
any place where he might have had money behind the counter or even drugs behind the counter?
Yeah, you go behind the counter. You don't find any drugs, but you do find a little metal container that Vondel's able to open without any issue.
Yeah, I was about to say. I toss it over to
It
Vondel.
is.
Let's just not talk about this.
Yeah, I think at that point I just I take out I dismiss disguise self, and I'm like, interesting.
But yeah,
Wallace.
inside you do find 34 gold pieces, 8 silver pieces, and 9 copper pieces.
Let's just make sure this doesn't get around too far. I wouldn't like it if we were to speak about this.
Wallace, you may want to check his body to see if he has any more notes on him.
Yeah, you can check his body. There are no other notes. It's just the one.
Okay.
I'm going to... No, never mind. I ask if they want to head back to the Grasshopper.
I think we should. So, we know he was working for the Dirty Fingers, who have kidnapped Philip's parents. But we know the Vanthampurs were working with the Lamplighters, correct?
Yes. To my belief, I think that George was actually the leader of the Dirty Fingers. Correct, DM?
He wasn't necessarily a de facto leader, but he was very much a face.
Oh, alright. Okay.
Well, this will certainly make noise. Let's get out of here while we still can.
Does the George guy have like a knife or anything on him?
No, he doesn't. He looks like he was a cartographer. A reclusive one.
Okay, I want to take the pen that he was writing with,
Okay.
Gotta take that.
and on a scratch piece of paper, I'm going to write. Let's write. Praise be Golroth,
Mm-hmm.
the person that we found out that the Lamplighters are trying to summon.
Okay.
And I'm going to just put it on the counter and stab the pen down into it so you can see it's left as a deliberate note.
Ooh, spicy.
Do we
Very
know the
nice.
Lamplighter
Okay.
signal?
You did not work with them. You're not certain.
I figure we should.
Okay.
I don't know if they work together or not, but if we're trying to take out both of them, if they're fighting amongst each other, it might help us.
Aaron actually knows that they actually work, like, harmoniously, I'm pretty sure. But most of the gangs don't intertwine with each other.
Yeah, there's a sort of cohesive agreements between the factions, so to speak, that they all kind of have their place, and that fighting between the group is fairly unheard of below minor scuffles on low-ranking dirtbags.
My thinking is, if the Lamplighters are trying to perform some form of dark magic ritual and summon someone, they might be not caring what other gangs are doing, and if they're getting in the way, they'll stop them.
Well, should we head off now?
Wallace, did you make note or tell us about the secret door?
Actually, would I know what that would lead off to?
You wouldn't know what it leads off to. Yeah, no.
Okay. I would make it a statement saying he was, if I didn't do what I just said, he would have ran off and gone down that door, and I'll just try and point out an area, probably to report us. I don't know what he was gonna do, but he would have probably tried to run.
Do you think we should go down that way and explore first, or try to just leave?
We can do whatever you want. I got the information we needed, but if we feel like we need more, we can go down there.
Vonda, what do you think?
I mean, in terms of what just happened here, I wouldn't suggest we stay in the same place, but whether we go back to the rest of the group or sit down, I'm fine with either one. I'm not sure. We have information.
Were we
use it now or
given
not.
the other sending stone?
No,
Like,
because you said you were a sending stone.
It's petty.
well, so another question, DM, about what time in their conversation is like the altar thing finishing up?
I'm going to.
'Cause I think-
I'm going to say it's the exact same time. It is. We're going to say it's about 11 o'clock. And that might play out about the same. It's you guys getting down into the sewer tunnels, clean the statue. This is overall about an hour excursion of just, travel there, getting it, destroyed. And then, the other three, finding the group, getting into George's cartography shop. It's probably only been about an hour. Not too long.
Okay. I guess once the elves are finished up with the altar, Wallace would cast Sending
Okay.
to, I guess Flint probably, saying, Flint, we've finished the altar. Job done. Should we still meet you at the Grasshopper? And that's the message.
Okay.
So do I just speak out loud when you respond to those?
Yeah. Let's say yeah.
So I guess in the middle of my conversation with Wallace, I just put my finger up, wait a minute, I got a call.
Get like a ringtone. in your head.
Sorry, they're paging me. Can you hear me now?
And what do you respond?
25 words.
Change of plans. Meet us in Lower District by Blacksmith Shop.
Ooh.
Wallace will relay that to Nuala and Philip. I guess since Philip was with us. I forgot about Philip. He was just there having tea with me and Mortlock. It's fine.
I didn't
they
get
can-
to participate.
They can brood over the loss of their mothers.
Oh, man.
Philip's parents aren't dead yet. Why are we acting like they are?
Should've.
Is this a good time for a break?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so you guys, okay, so what was your response, Flint?
Basically to have them meet us in the
Okay.
outside area near the the blacksmith shop.
Okay, cool. Then, yeah, we will say that we'll take a break here, 5 or so minutes, and then we will come back to you guys chilling in the lower district, like a bunch of hoodlums. All right, cool.
Hey.
All right, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Members.
All right.
So as we come back into the game, you guys have all gathered in the lower district at a specified area. You are all together. What would you like to do?
I would think we would
fuck,
catch
Aaliyah's
the other team up to speed.
Okay.
with the man we murdered and the secrets we found.
Well,
Cool. If you were not listening, that's your own fault.
So I'd hear. What does that mean? Inside. Inside where?
I'm thinking it's referring to the secret door we found. Maybe.
Did you go in it?
I think we were waiting on you guys.
It's almost certainly a trap, isn't it?
Probably.
If
Um,
what you're
What's the
saying
other option? We
is-
just don't go in it?
well, assuming
well-
you want your parents back, I think
We're
we
not
have-
saying not to go in it. We must be prepared for the trap that more than likely is on the other side.
We're not left with other options.
I think I can detect for glyphs of wording. I know one of us is adept at finding traps.
We must
We-
measure our approach so that we can maintain an advantage. It might be the
Correct.
only way to make sure your parents come out of this alive. Truthfully, we don't know what we're going to walk into.
It says we should move quietly. If you want, Vondel and myself can scout ahead.
They
And
might.
to clarify, it was Dagmar who wrote this, or George?
It was Dagmar.
The note was given by Dagmar
So it's practically an open invitation.
from
Pursue.
the one who probably kidnapped them.
This certainly does have trap written all over it, but I
Well,
don't think
we
there
should-
was any other options.
We should at least start with inspecting for traps, as our good friend Wizard here suggested. I think Nuala and Philip, not sure how you feel about it, can stay towards the back, being moderately a bit less stealthy than Vondel or Flint. I, for one, will hang back.
There is one thing I would like to bring up. They might have somebody in there that looks exactly like me.
Okay.
He-
Why would that be?
I might have a brother.
Is this a good brother or a bad brother?
He was never good to me.
Do you care if we kill him?
That's the thing. I don't know if he is still alive.
But if he is alive, do you care if we kill him?
Are you trying to say that if he is there, he may not be alive?
He is somewhat of a concern. I know he is a spellcaster like myself. I don't know how powerful he has gotten, but I would just, concerning him, I would not just expect the unexpected.
Would you
Should
say?
we mar-
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, should we mark you in some way so that if he is alive, we can tell the two of you apart, or
We could do that.
I was just getting ready to say I was going to pull out my knife and do like a little cheek cut on him.
Maybe I'll
maybe we
just wrap
could do
some
like
cloth
a
around
like.
it.
Does anybody have like a pen or something? Like
Nah,
anything?
a
We could
knife-
do
my
that
pen-
instead.
A
I
knife
have
cut
my-
will look good. Trust me, it
I
gets
have
the
my
ladies
painter's kit.
like 9 times out of 10.
Gosh.
Flint,
As a
we
lady, I
can
do not agree
use
with this.
we can use Philip's paint, a bit of it, smeared across.
Do you want me to paint like a mountain on you, or a lovely field?
Why don't we just give Aaron the paint?
Group paint.
And let him
A happy
mark
little
himself.
tree.
Do group painting time.
Aaron, well, I don't know. He takes some green paint, and just pokes a dot on his forehead.
Say, I'm running low on blue. Use it all.
Yeah. Just remember that I have a green dot on me.
If we're all getting our faces painted, could I get like a cat or?
You can, Nuala, you can get your face painted once my parents are back.
That seems like a fair trade.
What'd you say, Vondel? You're very quiet.
Yeah, it sounds very far away.
You guys, is it better now?
That's better. What'd you say?
Yeah.
All right. I was just saying, I'm gonna fuck all to that. I'm gonna go back inside to where the secret door is. We're spending far too much time doing this. While all that's established, I will try to handle on what that door is.
Okay.
Once
Yeah.
it
You well, with this, I think it's fair that I can put you guys on the map. But you'll have to scroll down to the far right corner of the map. But Vondel, you open up this, you kind of push on the door ever so subtly, and it kind of just slides open. In this room, you can see it looks like it's about a 20-foot across, and using my Roll20 sheet, about 25 feet across, 25 feet long. It looks like it's some sort of storage chamber. You can see that there's several other rolled up piles of parchment and quills and ink, along with another door on the far end of the room to your right that is currently shut.
All right. Upon nearing the door, I'm just gonna put up my ear to it and see if I hear anything, any like noise, anything to note.
All right, give me a perception check.
Rolled an 8.
8. Seems quiet.
All right. And does it seem like the door has a lock or of some sort, or is it the same?
Yeah, this
I don't
seems like
wanna
it's just a
open it yet,
door.
but
It's
a door?
Yeah, you don't see it. Just you see specifically there is just a knob. There's no lock, like hole.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. At that point, I have a question regarding invisibility. Just
Yeah.
some random thought I had.
For sure.
So to say, if I was in front of somebody and invisible, and I were to shoot, I know that my invisibility would go off, but would I have theoretical advantage because they didn't see me at that point, or do they have to roll to?
Yes. So
See.
so how that spell works is it breaks if you cast a spell or make an attack, which means you have to make the attack or cast a spell before invisibility breaks. So it does grant you like the not surprise condition necessarily, but it does give you advantage because you are unseen. Because it's like you fire the crossbow, you're unseen when you fire it, and then once you have fired it, the spell breaks. So the order of operations is yes, you fire it, the shot's made, and then invisibility breaks.
Okay. In the case, then yeah, before I head to the door, I quickly retreat back and tell everyone else to say, just want to make sure that if anything happens, I make the first hit, and then I tell them that I'm gonna go ahead up to the door, and as I walk up to it, I cast invisibility.
Alrighty. Vondel goes invisible.
Yeah, and then I open the door.
Alrighty. As you open the door, it swings in. You can see that this kind of general area is roughly a 15 by 15 foot area. It looks very much like a sort of middle ground type space. It looks like this is a passing through area for getting to other rooms. You can see that to the left. There's another small sort of junked off room where you can see what looks very similar to the back of the secret door, if you will, that you came through to get into the room before this. To your right, as you enter this room, there's also another door, though this one is much more of a straight-faced wooden door, and then in front of you there is another wooden door. So you are surrounded by doors.
Okay, great. I guess I'll. From this point on, does it sound like anything? Again, I don't want to make a check, but in walking in here, does it seem like there's any noise or from the previous check I made?
No, it seems fairly the same.
Same? Okay, in that case, then I will go up to this door first.
Okay. And what are you doing
Attempt
to it?
open it.
I'm gonna open it. This one does seem like it's locked.
Okay, I will try to unlock it.
Alrighty. Give me a Thieves' Tools check. Uh, 21, yeah, with no problem. You're able to whoosh that door open. And actually, let me do something real quick. You are able to enter. It looks like you are in some sort of meeting room. You can see that on several of the walls and shelves that there's food, caskets of ale, what seems to be assortments of paperwork. But centered in this room, you can see that there is some sort of meeting table, though it's kind of very dingy. It's very lower district. But tied up and gagged at the mouth, you do see Lady and Sir Barrington on the other end of this room, along with the individual you know as Dagmar, sitting across the table. You can see as he looks like he's kind of patiently just kind of relaxing. Both of the parents look confused and worried. They both eye the door as it opens, though they see nobody. And you can see as Dagmar stands up and approaches the other end of this room looking for what opened the door.
In that case, as soon as that happens, whatever I see, I would like to, as the same motion the door opens, I'd like to creep back out.
Okay. Are you shutting that door?
I'll keep it open. I won't shut it.
Okay.
We'll get back out as soon as I can. I need to everyone else exactly what's happening here. I mean, everyone or what it looks like.
In
Okay.
the light here. I didn't see anything past this point, so
It's probably pretty dark for you.
yeah.
Yeah, I would just say to everyone else here, I'd say Phil's parents are back there. Dagmar's there as well. So,
Is he with anybody else?
from where I saw, I only saw those three from where I was at.
Gotcha. Should we
Just be prepared for
storm
anything.
in?
Are we
I'd
fighting
say,
or being
Well,
I
diplomatic?
should take care of Dagmar.
I'd say let's figure out what he wants. Not a man that would fight first. So
Yeah, let's talk to him first.
you guys go first. I'll go invisible. Like you guys are like hearing this, but like, you guys don't see me. But yeah, you just hear me talking, and you see that the door is still open. Just say that I just motion to everybody invisibly. You guys go first. Stay on back just in case anything shit goes wrong.
I feel better with you watching Vondel, and Wallace will give him a bardic inspiration.
Oh, I'll be there.
And who is entering first?
Flint will.
Wallace will enter after Flint.
I'm not sure where the door is. Oh, okay, there it is.
Going to enter
Oh.
after Wallace.
I'd like hold on to someone's shoulder.
I guess seeing that Philip is having trouble, I'll just grab him by the hand and
grab-
just start running. Yeah.
I grasp into the dark.
Just start pushing you, and you don't know where it's coming from. And then I say, shh, I'm guiding you here. Your parents are there. Should be quiet.
So you guys are entering this room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So as you all begin to pool into the room, you see as Dagmar sees you, obviously, and calmly just sits back down in the chair. Says, well, I knew it wouldn't take you too long, but very, very well. You must please be quiet, though. Tisiphone is right in the other side.
Oh.
I'm
So-
sorry, you said Tisiphone is here?
Yes, she's apparently preparing the boats. It seems that the Barringtons are due for a sacrifice. Apparently something happened at the Vanthampurs last night, and he pauses to eye you all, and now we need a new sacrifice.
Oh,
DM, do I see any other doors in the room?
Yes, you see... Give me a perception. What's your passive perception, actually?
It is 21.
21. Yeah, no worries. You see two more doors. You see one down here, and you see another one up on the top left here.
Why do the Barringtons need to be the sacrifice?
You can see as Dagmar is kind of struggling with the reason to answer before he eventually speaks up. He says, well, apparently a punishment is due, and if a sacrifice is needed, well, two birds with one stone.
Punishment is due for what?
Well, you guys, you were not the ones who ambushed the Vanthampurs last night?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
This is
There are many people, I'm assuming, with the Vanthampurs, what they deal in, that there are many people who would want to see them hurt. We're not sure of what went down.
it's all right. There's no reason to play games here. We know it was you. Who else would be able to dispatch the creatures we had placed down below? But none of that is important. He turns back and eyes the door. He says, if you leave now, you can get them out of here without any problem. Just go.
You know we can't
Insight
leave
check.
without them.
Dude, what did you say?
Give me an insight check, Wallace.
So is Dagmar saying if you take them, as in referring to the parents?
Mm-hmm.
He's
I'd like to
giving
say
us
that as I've
the
like, as
parents.
everyone have been pulling in here, I'd like to have been walking around and
Oh,
not in the area of Dagmar, but like maybe around the table to try to get as close to the parents as possible
Okay.
while this is happening.
Yeah, you can definitely be doing that. You can be right up to the parents if you want to.
Yeah.
But insight with a 5. Yeah, it seems pretty legit. It seems like he's saying take the parents and run.
Oh. Yeah, what
Wallace will. I think with that, will like look over to Philip and say,
go now. I'm gonna
and
run
just kind
over.
of give him like a head nod. Yeah, like nod his head in their direction and
Well, I
follow
mean-
behind Philip.
I'm still kind of grasping at the dark. I don't think I should let. I probably shouldn't light a torch, should I?
I mean,
kinda
there's
interrupt
Oh,
him
can you
from-
not see, Philip? There should be
I can
torches in
now.
this room. I'm sorry. Let me throw some torches down so you can see.
Blind.
Actually,
I
fuck
kind
it.
of say
I
like
think I
in
can
the
turn
middle
on-
of this, I say to Dagmar, I say, how do we know it isn't a trap? How do I know that Tisiphone isn't somewhere else where you say?
I apologize. I was doing something. What did you say?
No, you're good. I was just asking Dagmar if I was saying like how do we know if it's not a trap once we get out that door? Can't always take your word.
Dagmar kind of speaks up. Says, it doesn't matter. We can discuss this later. It's important. You just if you don't get out of here, she could be here any moment. Just leave.
Listen to him, Vandals. Get out of here.
You're lucky I'm
Just take
more
them and
scared
go.
of her than you.
I'm gonna.
Oh wait, you're invisible, Vondel?
I am invisible. I don't see him if he looks at me. I'm just talking while everyone's here.
No, that's fine. I was just wanted. I totally forgot about that for a second. So
Yeah,
John
I'm invisible.
spaces for the area next to the Barringtons, recognizes your voice, and then just kind of accepts it. And then he says what he says. Sorry.
You're lucky that I'm more
Wallace will go up behind Mrs. Barrington and like stand her up and start ushering her out the door.
So they're both tied up to the chairs and gagged currently.
The
You can
chairs.
definitely.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
but you can definitely start untying them.
Wallace will whip out a dagger and start cutting
Yeah.
the ones at least on their legs so they can start moving.
Nuala will come up and help as well.
Yeah.
Getting them free from the chairs is
Yes.
priority.
Yeah, you see as Dagmar makes his way over and begins cutting the chairs, the bonds as well, before eventually the both of the parents are freed, and they pull off their gags and quickly give a surrounding hug to you, Philip. Before John kind of speaks up, he says, "Okay, now get them out of here. She'll be back any second. If not what, Mr. Barrington?" And you see as the door behind you all is opened, and a beautifully decadent female humanoid-looking woman enters through the doorway to the top left. You can see these sprouted black wings that unfold and wave behind her, stretching out almost 8 feet wide across. A large great sword sheathed behind her back. She says, "Mr. Barrington, what are you doing with our guests?"
I look to my parents and I tell them, "Run!"
I'm sorry,
And they
I
start running.
wasn't talking to you, Philip.
I kind of look around the room. Wait. Is there another Barrington? Oh, I mean,
Yikes.
I'm going to look at Dagmar.
Well, I guess
What does his face look like?
well, for a moment, it's the same face that you've recognized before he responds with a long sigh, and with a snap of his fingers, you see as it shifts across his face. And Philip, you see your long-lost brother, John Barrington, standing across from
That's why you
you
always want to call him John.
between your brothers.
wait, is he actually?
It's what he looks like. Looks like your brother.
No. You're playing games.
That insight check wrecked me.
You're not James.
He ignores you and turns to Tiffany. He says, "Please, we had a deal. The family was protected, and I would work with you. Why the change now?" "Well, it's quite simple, of course. Your friends did not keep up their end of the deal, and now they will face the consequences. Please, if the two of you won't join me," and you can see as this sort of glaze almost comes over the both of the Barringtons' eyes, and they begin stepping close to follow Tiffany.
I
Can I
interrupt that.
Grab them.
I fire an arrow at Tiffany.
I was gonna.
All right.
Well, okay.
Let's roll for initiative then. Alrighty. So, at the top of the round, John sees out of the corner of his eye as Flint begins to raise his bow. And you see as he turns and charges to you. He does provoke an opportunity attack from you, Vondel. If you want to take it.
Would it be a surprise attack if he was still invisible?
Yeah, you wouldn't be surprised, but
Really?
you'd have advantage.
Yeah, I just said yeah. Let's clarify. All right, yeah. I'll risk my visibility for this.
Okay.
Do. Am I allowed to? For an attack opportunity, it's just an attack, right? It's not
Yep.
like
Yeah.
I
So
have a bonus attack.
you can pull out any weapon. You have the one attack.
Yeah. All right. Use shadow.
Okay. So it'll be a disadvantage if it's
Alright, I'll roll
with
it.
a ranged weapon.
With advantage from invisible would be a straight roll.
And I have
Yeah,
like
so
all
it
my
makes-
weapons.
Oh yeah,
so
it makes it a straight roll because you have advantage because you were invisible, and now you're not. So it's a straight roll. So 20 does hit. No sneak attack unfortunately, but that is 8 damage,
Yeah, and that breaks my invisibility, right?
and that does break your invisibility.
I'm like, as soon as my invisibility goes, I stare straight at Tisiphone. I was waiting for this. It was only a matter of time.
But yes, you see as John turns, is stabbed in the back with some sort of invisibly appearing dwarven bolt. Before he charges up to you, Flint, says, "I'm sorry, nobody's going to take my family from me," and stabs you twice with 2 daggers that he retrieves from his sides. Getting a 27 and a 15. I don't think the 15 will hit, but I think 27 will do it.
27 does hit.
Yeah, so it is 7 slashing, and he rolled poor for his fire, but that is then 5 fire damage. As you can see, the blades are wreathed in some sort of green, not green flame, some sort of blue white flame. But then he will stay where he is. Wallace.
So Tisiphone, what's Tisiphone wearing? Is she wearing armor, presumably?
Yes. It looks like she is wearing D&D Beyond is crashing. But I'm pretty sure nope, she's not wearing armor. She is wearing but aesthetically, hold on, I'm going to say BS. She's aesthetically wearing armor. She looks like she has a sort of breastplate on.
Okay, a breastplate made of metal, presumably?
Yep, presumably made of metal.
Wallace will, it's weird going first. I'll cast heat metal on her armor.
Alrighty.
And say, we really have to stop meeting like this. It's just, there's something about you that is just a bit too hot for my taste. As her breastplate starts to take on this bright orange glow, and we start to smell whatever is underneath starting to char and burn.
Mm-hmm. Does she make a save or anything right now, or is it on her turn?
It takes 2d8 damage. So in physical contact takes 2d8 fire damage when I cast the spell.
Okay, so
the creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage. Creature must succeed on a con saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Gotcha. Okay.
So here is the fire damage.
Cool.
Oof.
7.
Well.
Yeah, she looks like she doesn't bother her too much. You see, she does take it.
She does take damage.
She does take it, but it looks like she's resistant to it. You can see as she kind of winces a little bit. She's, Wallace. Anything else from Wallace?
Yeah, I'm running. 10, 15, 25, 30. I'll run back to the door, in front of Nuala and say, I'm softening her up if you want to use your sword. And I think that is my turn. I'll use that to give Nuala bardic inspiration.
Alrighty then, Nuala, you are inspired. Flint, what are you doing?
Is Nuala's friend with us also?
Yes, she is. I'm sorry. Oh god, I have to add her to this encounter. 1 second. I apologize.
I just wanted to make sure.
No, she's definitely here. And this is her shit. Where is Aaliyah? Aaliyah's in the back of the room by Nuala. But she's gonna roll initiative. 8. Okay, so it doesn't change too much.
Yeah.
Very nice. But yes, Flint. What are you doing?
So, is it James or John? Philip's brother's name.
James formally, John colloquially.
Okay. I'll just look at him and say, John, get your parents and get out of here. If you truly care for them, you'll flee with them. And I'm going to fire some arrows at Tisiphone.
Alrighty, let's make some shots.
And because variety is the spice of life, these will be charged arrows.
Yee. With what?
These are going to be... Did the fire look like it hurt, or the heat metal?
It looked like it hurt, but you can tell she was resistant to the energy.
I want to do cold then.
Alrighty.
So, actually, before I fire, bonus action, Hunter's Mark.
Alrighty.
I
There we
remember
go.
this time.
There
I
we go.
remember-
Attaboy.
Woo! 57
Get 'em.
sessions later, I remember how to play the character.
Alright, Laura the Bailey, what you got? 26 hits.
Yowza.
For that, Gathered Swarm is 3. I allow it. Magical. Hunter's Mark is... Okay. As you fire the first arrow,
Yes.
you see as it kind of it impacts and it has that slowing effect that you're used to, but it seems like she's not taking it quite like other humanoids do. It seems like she's also resistant to this cold damage.
Okay. And then I'm going to fire again.
Alrighty. 26 also hits for
Does she
another
have to make a
3.
concentration check?
Oh yes, she does have to make a concentration check. She has to make 3 concentration checks. Where's... Oh, come on. Okay, so it doesn't even work in there. Bum, 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 bum. Here we are. Come on, you tell me to give her proficiency? That's fine. Oh, okay. So rolled in D&D Beyond. First one's a natural 20. Second one, another natural 20.
Oh god.
Third one, 15. She's fine.
That's fine. These are getting out of the way early. When she needs to roll a death save, it'll be like a quick.
There's the
like a
saves I
crit
need from my
fail,
boss.
You know.
No, I'm not rolling death saves for bad guys. That's ridiculous. But yeah, she's taking some damage. Doesn't look like it's mattering much to her right now.
And I have humanoids, undead, and elementals as my favorite enemy. I don't know if she's considered any of those.
I would consider this to be... You would know because I would say you have... It's part of that kind of your favored foe, you can tell. She is neither of those 3.
Okay. That... and I'm going to move away from John here.
Okay.
I'm going to jump up over that table and run across. If he attacks at me, so be it.
He sure does. No, he does not. No, he doesn't.
And that is it for my turn.
I hate him.
Alrighty then. Tisiphone, what has she got for me?
I'm invisible.
If D&D Beyond would stop crashing, I would be able to use my monsters. Alright, sorry. We're back.
No.
She is going
No.
to... Oh, what has she got? She's
Don't
got
use
so
them.
much fun stuff. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You see as... I'm not going to draw the wall for it because it's just too much and it's annoying. But you see as 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. How long is this wall? 60 feet long. That was 45. Is it straight? Does it have to be straight, though? That's the important question. Yeah, you can make it different. What was it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You see as this wall of fire appears on this corner of the room. When the wall appears, each character in the area. Alrighty, so that means I need a dex save from Philip and Vondel. Please.
Alright.
Sorry, I had to roll something quick. And... Alrighty, so Vondel, you will take no damage from your save. For Philip, that is a failure. That is 26 fire damage as you are wreathed in flames from this wall that appears. And you hear Disiphone say, please come, follow me. And she's going to use her movement. Yeah, she's got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She can get all the way over here. And you hear this whoosh of wings in the sound of movement behind this wall. But then we have Vondel.
If I move towards it, would I do another save, or would I just take?
If you go
damage?
through it, you make the dex save.
Okay, I will. Let me make a save.
I guess I should put them on their initiative. They're gonna go in 20.
Fuck.
Oh.
14. That is a failure.
I'm gonna take.
So that is 33 halved. So you're gonna take 16 fire damage.
From I guess I will move up. So at this point, from where they are, they're still in this area, or have they moved?
They're still right there, but you see as the wall of fire exits in the direction away from them, so they're protected from it. Oh, but Tissimony's turn did happen. Does she take the fire damage on her turn, Wallace, or is it on your turn?
So she would have disadvantage on any attacks, but she
Yep.
didn't attack, and the damage comes on again on my bonus action.
Gotcha. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. All right, I apologize.
Yeah, she doesn't need a save because she cannot drop her armor.
Yes, this is true.
But I am still holding concentration.
Yes, you are. Vondel.
Okay, I want to try something, but I don't think I'll be able to catch her. I want to do this last thing. I want to cast Silent Image in this area to prevent them from moving them on their own. But I want to see if they perceive that it's real. Like, I would like to try to cast like a small, like a wall of fire as whatever the dimensions I have to kind of block them from coming. But kind of a risk. That's what I attempt to do.
Okay. Yeah. So you create an illusory wall of fire in this doorway. Okay. The crown. You're asking the creature to stab itself, throw itself into immolate itself. Okay. So you see this doorway of fire appear on the wall, and you can see for a second as the spell must fade as the two Barringtons turn and look at you. As I'm sorry. How do we get out of here? We're trapped.
Trust me. If you're gonna have to come, it's not this way. We have to go this way, and I aim towards the other side of the
wall of fire.
I'll take a risk here.
Yeah, they give you the same look everybody else
this
is.
One. This one is hotter. You gotta go this way.
This one's hotter. You must take a risk.
This one's a dry heat.
I'm just making sure. Are you telling them to go through your illusion or through the wall of fire?
Obviously, yeah, the wall of fire. However,
okay, I was understood.
Realistic it is.
Yeah, they are not on board with that idea. But do you have any other bonus action? Another bonus action you want to give me, or any more movement you want to use?
Then I'll just block them in that way. I'll just go in front of them.
Okay.
Saying that.
Sounds good. Philip.
Philip, you're muted.
Were they so? My parents, they look like hypnotized almost, and they were trying to follow Tisiphone out.
That's what it looked like it was before you saw the wall of fire go up, and now you can't see them.
Well, I'm not sure if Mondo has it under control, so I'm gonna brave the fire, and I'm gonna, before I do that, give one look at my supposed now alive brother with like a shock, confusion, a very mixed concoction of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of unsure what to think about it. But regardless, I gotta make sure my parents are safe, so he's gonna make that deck save and try and move through.
All right, make that deck save. 10. Bummer, man.
Dirt nasty.
That is 23 fire damage as you surge through the wall, and you find yourself 10 feet over. Standing next to your parents, you can see as they're freaking out, and you can see Vondel telling them to jump through the wall of fire.
Oh. That's a problem.
Trust me, the one behind me is not real. However, the one behind them is their only way of getting out of here, however stupid
Now,
it is.
is it metagaming to ask if they are commoner?
Yeah, you would know that they have the commoner stats.
Oh, they're...
Yikes.
That would, I guess I would know that would very much easily kill them. That's a tough... first off, I'm going to use bonus action second wind, because that fire really stings.
It sure does.
Roll 1d10. Ooh, nice.
Nice. 19 hit points back.
Yeah. And I'm gonna use rally on my father, so he has some extra hit points.
Okay. Yeah, it's 10 hit points, right?
Wait, no, that's also a bonus action.
Oh, whoops.
If I move, so 5, 10, 15, 20. If I move right past the doorway and I look at Tisiphone, what's she doing over there?
You see as she is currently floating above what looks like to some sort of opening in the ground. You can see that there's this, oh goodness, what's the word? Like a crane with a string rope that is descending into the pit as well.
All right. I have not pulled out a weapon yet.
True.
So I'm gonna pull out my what was it?
Javelin.
I have a longbow. I have to stat block in for. Oh no, I did. Never mind. I'm gonna pull out my longbow and try and take a wild shot.
Yeah, make these 2 shots for me.
Uno, dos.
Both of those hit. It's just a regular longbow, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Okay. 9. Oh, I see it is. So we're taking.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, you see as both of these shots pierce right through her. Though they don't seem to make as much damage as your blades usually do. When it comes to fighting these difficult fiends. No, she's already not concentrating on the spell. Or she's not concentrating.
How's the fire still there?
Oh, yes. She's talking about the fire. Let me give a concentration. You're totally right. Oh, why is it rolling D&D Beyond? 16 plus 4, she's fine. 9! You see as... why can't I delete it? As behind you, the wall of fire dissipates.
Alright, and then I'm gonna use my last 10 feet of... Wait. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20. Last 10 feet of movement to dip back into the doorway.
Okay.
And yell kind of to my parents and kind of just everybody. Just run! Run! And that's my turn.
Alrighty then, Nuala.
Okay, I was gonna do Dispel Magic, but I no longer have to, so ha ha ha. I will, does it look like the Barringtons are still kind of trying to find a way, like, out? Or are they just, like, now that the wall is down, they're probably gonna start going, like, the way we are?
Yeah, you get the idea that they saw the scary person run through that door, so they're trying to get as far away from that as possible. But without doing a whole insight check and just giving a reading on them, you're not totally sure, but they're blatantly freaked out.
After me. I made it worse.
How do I do that? Is Dagmar what is he doing right now? Does he look hostile towards us?
Right now, seeing the wall
He
down.
just attacked Flint.
He just attacked Flint. He's looking very defensive right now.
Okay. And I am going to I'm gonna come over to Dagmar and I don't know what to do here. Shit. Fuck. I'm gonna slash at his knees.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Cripple him.
Brutal.
Cool.
He's attacking people in our group. I can't trust him. Okay, jeez. That's all.
I'm not gonna say
I'll
no to
give-
that.
Wow, look at her go.
27 hits. A 15 doesn't. Roll some damage for me.
You are inspired.
Is this true?
Oh yeah. Haha.
Inspired.
8. So yes,
Hey.
23 does hit.
And he has to make a con saving throw.
Whoa.
Oh, that's right, for the extra
DC
stuff.
17. DC 16.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I gave you guys I should not have given you a +1 focus. He needs to make a con save.
Yes.
23. Wow, I am rolling hot tonight.
Okay.
Woo!
Low.
But does he take half or does he take none?
I don't think he takes any if he saves.
Okay.
It just says equal to, succeed on a con saving throw or take thunder damage equal to the number rolled on the inspiration die.
Got it. Alrighty. Yeah, he's looking hurt. He's actually gonna half that 13 with uncanny dodge.
Okay, and then
Out of respect, fellow rogue. However shitty he might be to me.
okay, and then I am actually gonna, if I can, because I used. Wait, I lied. Ha 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 ha. Never mind. I will then. Never mind. That'll be my turn for now. Just wanna see
Alrighty.
what happens.
Aaliyah charges into the room. 5, 10, 15, 20. She kind of looks at you, Nuala, and asks, "What do I do?"
Wallace will call from behind. Take the parents out of here.
Okay, yeah. She will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And she reaches her hand out to the two Barringtons. She says, "Please come with me." And that's her turn. But actually, hold on. She has an action. Let me see if she has anything useful. Oh, I totally forgot about. I forgot to put down. That's better. There's her aura that I forgot to tell you guys about. That's my bad. Ooh, and she is going to look at you, Philip, and she says, "Be careful." As she places her hand on your shoulder and she casts protection from evil and good. She's concentrating on.
Chat, maybe?
Yeah, I can put that in chat. I'll say that she's concentrating. Like this. There we go. Yes. But that is her turn. Aaron.
Aaron is confused. He doesn't know if we're just gonna fully bring them back, or are we going after Persephone, and why are we attacking Dagmar, or John, or James?
What his name is. mean, Vondo wants to see what's up past, so I'm fine with splitting as long as you get them to safety.
I don't know if splitting's a good idea when it comes to Persephone, in case you guys have to fight her.
We can group up once we get them to safety. I don't think we just take care of her all together, but for the most part, we need to figure out what's going on here. If we leave, we won't.
And are we killing John or James?
I
Up
say
to
we just get the
Walla.
parents and John out, and we all leave, and then we figure out later what we do. I don't
Alrighty.
think we're in a place right now to.
Well, then Aaron just starts walking back.
Alrighty. Is that your turn then?
Yes, it is.
You see Nuala as John takes his daggers and tries to begins to kind of hold them out in a not necessarily a surrendering them to you way, but a sort of non-hostile fashion. Says please before he sheathes them and makes his way over to his parents. He does provoke an opportunity attack. Do you take it?
You take it.
I
Put away his
won't.
weapon.
How petty is Walla?
It pains
Just cut
me
his
to
head off.
say. It pains me to say it, but I don't. God, I hate being a nice person.
He reaches out his hand. He says, "Mother, father, please come with me." And that's John's turn. Wallace.
Wallace will head down this way to get within 5 feet of Nuala and say, you showed great restraint there. I could see the look on your face. I'm proud of you. But you're right, we should get out of here. And Wallace will cast Freedom of Movement on Nuala.
Okay. Very, very nice.
So I'll post it in chat. There goes the 4th level. And as a bonus action, he'll make a thinking face and proc the heat metal damage again.
Alrighty, very nice. Yeah, roll me those d8s.
Here it is.
For another
Alright, 9
5.
damage.
Damn it, or can be 4, but it doesn't matter. Alrighty,
Something,
very
something.
nice. Something. Anything else, Wallace?
That's most of my movement bonus, and I'll do 5 feet a little bit back.
Alrighty.
As if to head back towards the door as well.
Alrighty. After your turn, you see as, technically held actions. But the Barringtons, sans Philip, all begin making their way out of the room. What is it? 15, 20. They start making their way out of the room. Flint.
The door up here by Vondel, does it open into this room or does it open up into the room where Tisiphone is?
It opens up into the room where Tisiphone is.
Okay. I'm just thinking of what I want to do. I'm going to move over against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hold an action. Actually, no, I'm just going to cast Mage Hand from where I'm at to shut the door.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it. I'm going to stay right there.
Alrighty.
Is
Vondel.
Mage Hand concentration?
It is. Is it? I think it is.
Well, I wasn't going to hold Mage Hand.
Mage hand?
It's
I could-
a cantrip.
It can be still
Oh, it's
concentration.
not.
It's not concentration.
Just
All right.
duration a minute.
So yeah,
Duration a
Hunter's
minute,
Mark.
yeah.
Hunter's Mark stays up. All right. So anything else, Flint?
That's all.
Alrighty. To Symphony. You all, and by you all I mean Flint and Wallace, get the sensation of the spells that you're concentrating on being dispelled off of Tisiphone. And Vondel, you hear her call out, "Very well. We have several other volunteers who can help me complete the job." And you hear a rush of wings, again, from this other side of the door. And that's Tisiphone.
All right. So you said the door's open, they're closed at this point?
Door's
with the
closed.
mage hand?
Yep.
No, I open it.
Okay. You open it.
When I peek out, or when I'm out, do I see her?
Does he have to
no.
fight with the mage hand?
Oh.
No, he doesn't
He's
have to
gone?
fight the mage hand. And you do not see her.
Which would be a possum, by the way.
Yeah, you see the possum came and went and shut the door, and Vinyl just with almost zero effort just scoots the possum aside and opens the door.
An indignant possum just crossing his arms on the floor.
I don't care.
But no, you do not see her anymore.
Okay. Is there? I guess before we leave, I would like to use as much movement as I can to scout around this area and see if there's anything of note in terms of
Yeah.
she's gone as in like she like flew away, or she's like she teleport.
You heard the
from what
sound of
I saw.
wings. Teleporting doesn't always have a sound, but you distinctly heard the sound of wings. She wasn't trying to hide that anyway. Are you trying to make your way over to this area where she was?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get over to this edge, and you can see that below it descends into some sort of underground river system, where you can see two boats docked at the bottom of this sort of wench. And you can kind of see as the water is flowing in a direction.
And I do, and down below, can I make a perception check if I hear anything of noises, or is it just sounds of the current?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Perception, please.
1. Yeah, you're not really sure. The sounds of combat are currently kind of just fading in your ears. You're not able to pick up on anything specific.
Let me check. How far down does it look? Does it look?
It looks like it's maybe 10-foot drop.
Yeah, I think. Let me check how far I went. 35. Yeah, I'll just bonus action dash. And I'll hop down.
Okay, yeah. You hop down, and you land on one of these boats.
It's full volition. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I don't way back. I just go down.
Let me check the fly speed. Yeah. How far does your dark vision go?
How do I see that? I forget. Features.
If you're a hill dwarf at 60 feet.
I know. I think I have something that gives me more. I think maybe Shadow gives me more. Shadow gives me.
Does Shadow give you a? Does
yeah,
it?
it says that. It says that the favorite weapon of stealthy ambushers, this magic weapon gives the user dark vision out to 80 feet.
Man.
Oh, but when I take that attack action, I'm not attacking.
Oh, okay. So it's when you
I
take the
can't
attack
really see.
section. I see.
It's only when I attack, so yeah, I only see up to 60.
Well, you haven't used your action yet. In theory, you could aim an attack. And see out 60 feet.
If I see her.
But you don't. I would say that. Because she's further than 80 feet. But I would say that with that extended dark vision, you do see, ever so briefly, because this is kind of all happening in the same time. You do see as she just exits your point of view as she's flying down this tunnel.
Yeah, I without a doubt. Even if I miss, I will attempt to hit her. I don't.
Yeah, you can make an attack with disadvantage. 16. Unfortunately, you just hear as and the bolt crashes into the water.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I just stay there.
All right.
Nothing else I can do.
No worry. As we hop over to Philip, at this point we have just John in the room. Do you guys plan on continuing to attack him, or do you want to take this out of initiative?
Well, I wasn't. If I mean, I guess he does look a lot like John, so I guess we can. I won't attack him.
Okay. We can continue down. I mean, Dunwalla, do any of you guys plan on continuing to attack John?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Alrighty, we can exit out of initiative then.
I think.
Go ahead, Wallace, or Aaron, whoever it was.
I think the only thing is, I think at Wallace's next initiative turn, he would have tried to go to the. You said there was a door down here as well.
Mm-hmm.
We'll head down there and listen at the door to see if there's any movement or anything.
Okay.
Beyond it.
Yeah, you do not hear the noises of anything.
Okay. He'll call out. It seems as though we are alone, at least for now. Should we pursue? I don't know if we'd be able to catch her. Those wings seemed impressive.
I think our main goal should just be getting everyone back safely, the parents mostly, and we can then discuss with Dagmar further what the hell just happened.
As you're saying this, Dagmar speaks up. He says if he's not taking our parents, she'll take somebody else. She said the ritual was going to be completed tonight. Apparently you screwed it up somehow last night. But she said she's finishing it tonight, and our parents, we got to get them out of here. But if we leave now, I don't care if the city burns.
Follow.
You do what you want. I want my parents out of here. And
What?
he kind of urges over
I side with John on that one.
What's good? What is the ritual?
I don't know. I'm not as magically gifted as some of her other followers, but apparently a sacrifice is necessary for Golroth's return.
All right. Well, Aaron, hearing that, he's just gonna leave the store, get on his broom, and go towards Smalls to pick him up.
Okay.
John, do you know where the ritual will take place tonight?
It doesn't really matter where it takes place. I guess it could have been here. It's wherever the ritual's cast.
Well, where is that going to be? Do you know?
I mean, that tunnel goes all the way to the coast.
It's getting.
Well, are you truly now against Tisiphone in what she is trying to accomplish here? Do we have to worry about you getting in our way again?
All I care about is my family. I don't care about you or Tisiphone. Give me an insight check.
Probably kind of add on, like, John, I think we all have a lot of questions to ask.
Oh, that is a 20.
Very nice. Yeah, he seems legit.
Let me just show you. I have the 3D dice on. Let me just show you what I'm looking at here.
Oh, does it look beautiful?
It is. Here we go. That's what a crit looks like, baby.
I'm waiting for it to come through. But anyway.
It's in Discord.
Oh, it's in Discord. Okay. Oh, wicked. All right. So what are you guys doing? But John is currently leading his parents out of the house.
Yeah, just insight checking that he is really like only focused on the well-being of his parents.
Yeah, it looks like he only cares about his parents.
Okay.
Then I want to like just kind of look him in the eyes and say, like, when I get back, John, we need to sit down, and I have a lot of questions to ask.
Aaliyah speaks up. She's fine. Take care of the humans, whatever. I'm not letting that creature get away. And she begins making her way over to where Vondel was. And Vondel, are you still in that boat?
I was just to myself. I haven't I didn't want to go back up. I want to go ahead, but I was just thinking to myself. I wasn't making any moves yet. No.
Okay.
Still there.
Yeah, you hear as Aaliyah plops down in the boat next to you. Are you coming with?
I didn't come all this way just to go back.
I follow her when she walks by me out that door.
Okay.
This is the closest I've been to her. I can't let her go again.
She sees you kind of are following before she drops. And she waits a second before she starts to row. Do you jump down as well?
I do.
Alrighty. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Are all of us just going? Okay. If half of us are already leaving, I say Dagmar just takes the parents somewhere safe.
His name
and then
is
the rest of us
John
go.
now.
His name is John now.
We will.
Yeah, just John, just get them home safely. We'll be back home soon. And I guess I'll kind of run towards the boats.
Okay. Aaron, you left to go get Smalls, correct?
Correct.
Alrighty. So, Philip, you're going to the boat. What are Wallace and Nuala doing?
Wallace would.
Nuala follow, but
Okay. Are you guys?
Yeah, I think Wallace would follow Nuala.
Are you guys going down the tunnel without Aaron?
maybe somebody should send a message.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
not
wonder
waiting.
who that could be.
We're leaving behind. Something.
Left, he left.
So I still don't know who fully has the sending stones. How many?
I have
It sounds like we have
Flint.
3.
Flint and Vondel.
Okay.
You know, the two people that are always together.
For real?
Yeah,
though?
it's
Oh man! Literally.
Hey, now-
literally the one.
We're the two cool kids that actually have cell phones and text each other. At the same
Yeah.
Hey
we're the cool
now,
kids.
they split up during the trial of wisdom and
Yeah, I was
and-
gonna
and
say the
Will.
the only time that we ever needed it was during the trials. It's like
Yeah.
can't.
We were kind of like on different
Wings.
planes, so I don't know how that.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
for
like
all
six.
intents and purposes,
There's a 5% chance it
practically on
fails.
planes.
But
Yeah.
but anyway, just so we can wrap this up quickly, is somebody messaging Aaron or?
Once we get down into the boats, Wallace would, try to gather information about where we are going, and then send that as a sending to Aaron to
Okay.
provide like a place where he can meet us, going from above ground if there is a place.
Okay.
Otherwise,
I will say that the only information you have technically so far on this tunnel is that it goes all the way to the Fatamar coast, which is about a whole day's trek.
He has a flying broom. I think I'll be fine to catch up. I think
This is true.
He can polymorph, I think.
Oh,
This is definitely true.
He could be a dolphin. He likes dolphins.
I'll interpose it with a quick idea that might, just because of inter-party splitting, that it's possible this tunnel may have stops along the way or other things that are not accessible above ground. It's possible they are accessible above ground, but it's possible they're not. Just something to think about.
because I'm thinking in terms of where we think we don't know exactly where she might go or where she's holding her.
Yes. So we don't know
Other
how far
sacrifices that
along
she
this
has.
mile-long tunnel or like days-long
We can.
tunnel.
No.
We'll say
Where she
Phil,
is.
we'll say that John will tell you that he says the road have a outpost at the Fatamar coast that is underground. that's below one of the taverns.
All right.
And that's the only other stop that he can tell you that's a stop along the way. It's basically used to smuggle things from the coast into the city. And yes, so he tells you that's the only exit he knows of if she's traveling in the direction that he thinks, if he's traveling away from the city. And Vondel saw her flowing away, so you're able to connect the dots.
Yeah, in that case, then, yeah,
Wallace would then, all right, hearing that from John, would send that as ascending to Aaron and say once Smalls is squared safe, you can descend through this tavern and meet us in the tunnels.
Yeah, I think Aaron's planning on maybe finding a DM and having him just watch over him until Aaron gets back.
Okay. So here's what we'll say. So you guys are going down the tunnel?
I guess so.
Without Aaron? Okay. And Aaron's rushing home. Okay. So, before we leave real quick, Aaron, you make your way back to the Barrington Estate. And you make your way up into the bedroom, and you see that Smalls is not in the bedroom. But you can hear a sort of scuffling noise coming from the Barrington's bedroom.
He screams out, "Boy, where are you?"
What?
Okay, Kratos.
we'll say. Atreus in it?
You hear as Smalls kind of speaks up. I am so sorry, sir. Apologies. And you see as... Oh, how do I describe this? You see as this humanoid body with a jackal sort of head makes its way out of the Barrington's estate, having these sort of assortment of papers, and you can see Mr. Barrington's sword kind of peeked out of its back in a sort of sheath. It says, "Oh, well, I am so sorry about this misunderstanding, sir, but Golroth's getting summoned tonight, so I gotta go." And that's where we can end the session.
I told you guys we couldn't trust Smalls. I told you.
Yes!
That's not Smalls.
I
Oh
didn't
my
really know
God.
Smalls. I was like, fucking.
Talking about... No, it's Atreus.
Exactly.
I still think Smalls is sus. And I stand by
This
that.
is why I'm glad all my family's dead. They can't betray me.
Can't use it against me.
without family, like you're nothing, right?
His royalty.
Well,
I don't know. I've watched a lot of Fast and Furious. I've learned a lot about family.
Oh my god. Alrighty, so that is where we will call it for tonight. You guys all have a good week, and we will pick this up next Thursday.
Thank you for the session.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.